All right. Yo, Zane, what's good?
Hello, hello. I am Zane FGC. That's kind of a couple of funny nicknames over the years between the Joker, the Cyborg, and of course most recently my nickname for some reason has been Diaphone. Not sure exactly when and
Oh,
where
nice
that
to meet you,
started, but
Diaphone.
I've been called Diaphone a lot recently. It's really weird. Um, I was so before I was actually a pro bowler before getting into a lot of
Really?
the
Oh, shit. Let's go.
Yeah, prior to the pandemic, I was getting into pro bowling a few tournaments. Most recently, before then, was the U.S. Open. That was a lot of fun. And then
Whoa.
then of course got locked in. So then I was like, okay, time to start taking my online classes, and I'm doing nothing the rest of the day, playing video games anyway. So let's start streaming. So that's kind of why I started doing this.
Okay.
Got into fighting games from League with a little game called Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Hell yeah.
And very quickly got into the whole playing the games full of the craziness, and typically playing the weird, bizarre, and very underplayed characters across the games I played between Dragon Ball Fighters, Grand Blue Rising, and I hope to be doing the same potentially with, of course, Avatar and Marvel Tokon coming out soon. Where at least so far the games I've played, I've been a top player, and I hope to continue to do so with those. I've got a YouTube channel as well. Some kind of again continuing on with the whole. I'm also Diaphone, apparently making guides, helping people learn either the game or specific characters. And yeah,
Sick.
I appreciate you having me.
And if you head over to the leaderboards of any of those games and take a look, you'll probably see Zane's name somewhere up top there, just chilling.
Mm-hmm.
I am the definition of a net play warrior. Before I got into the whole competing thing, my first ever FGC tournament was until 2022. So I technically have only been competing for around 4.5-ish years so far. My first ever offline. Like most people, when they go their first offline, it's like, I'm going to go to this local that's like 5 minutes from my house. No,
Right.
my first offline was the U.S. regional finals in France.
Okay.
So
Jesus.
that was definitely something to say the least. It was a nice, small, easy introduction to to the FGC as a whole.
Yeah. Okay, so I mean, being goated in fighting games and all that, whatever. Yo, I have questions about bowling. Like real talk, because on this,
Yeah, that's actually crazy.
yeah, that's super sick.
Yeah, so there's a joke with my family that I don't know how to not take things seriously. I was second team junior team USA volleyball. We got four. Unfortunately, my team got fourth at the Junior Olympics in my 14's year, losing to freaking Hawaii. That kind of sucked. Got into bowling, won 6 junior tour titles, and then got into entering some regionals and a few pro tournaments, and I played League of Legends for 11 years, peaking at Grandmaster. Add my boy Kenan into the game, former number 6 Kenan NA, so I would love to see him in the game.
Wow.
Okay.
And clearly when I got into fighting games, nothing changed from that point, and just kept getting at it pretty much.
So like, okay, I remember like for a long time having only bowled like with friends randomly at the the whatever neighborhood spot type of thing. I have a very naive understanding of like the technical aspects of it, and
Right.
I had always just kind of thought about it as like it would be like kind of like darts, or even say pool, where it is a trajectory calculation and your muscle memory can always deliver a consistent perfect result. But I believe, Pat, I think you were the one that explained to me that like the way that the lanes and the oiling of them are done make it so that there is a skill to detecting what's changing over time and compensating for it. Is this real? Is this at all? Is this complete bullshit?
That is 100% real. So So it goes a step further than that. On top of that, air conditions, how hot the bowling alley is compared to
Word.
so because like everything involving bowling involves the type of lanes, although most of it is synthetic now. It used to be wood, and things used to be a lot more complicated then, but not so much anymore. But it's primarily the oil that's on the lane. So like what you typically bowl on is what's known as a typical house shot, which basically just means that the further outside the lane you go, the less oil there is. So if you throw the ball with any kind of spin, the more outside it goes, the more it hooks. Basically, it means you miss right, the ball will hook more. And then if you miss left, the less it'll hook. So that makes things really simple. You miss left, it won't hook as much. You miss right, it'll hook more. It makes things really easy. With professional bowling, the ratio typically for the typical house shot is 1 to 5. So 5 being the most. That's basically how much more oil there is. The typical professional shot is typically like 1 to 2.5, 1 to 2, and then the biggest tournament, the U.S. Open, is 1 to 1, meaning the amount of oil from one side of the lane to the other is completely the same.
Wow.
So you have to focus on that. You have to focus on the length of the pattern. Patterns range between around 32 feet and 52 feet. Which is then the amount of feet between the start of the lane and the head pin is like 54 feet, and the tile lane itself is only 60. So you have to worry about that, the amount of oil, and then of course how much oil is taken off between bowling shots. Because of course you throw a ball down the lane, it picks up oil, and then when it picks up oil, that's certain spots get dried out. Some bowling balls pick up more oil than others. Some push the oil more. So like one thing that's really popular right now in professional bowling is urethane, and those are really good at pushing the oil. So that means that, like, let's say on a 32-foot pattern, if everyone's playing the same part of the lane, that part of the lane, there's certain parts that might end up having like 36, 38 feet.
Okay.
While the parts to the left and right of it are still the same.
Okay.
So you have to also focus on who is playing what. And then you also take into account is how much spin the person has, because rev rates can also affect how much the ball changes. And then that's not even getting to the whole, oh yeah, this bowling ball is made to not hook. This one's made to hook a little bit. This one's made to hook really early. This one's made to hook late.
Guys,
there's a lot to it.
Learning frame data is easy. Like,
frame data is easy.
Holy shit!
Frame data is much easier compared to bowling balls, just because of the fact.
I didn't know it was that involved. That's crazy.
That's incredible. Yeah.
The benefit of fighting games is like if every, like, let's just take 2SKO for example. Everyone's jab is like either 6 or 7 frames, right?
Sure.
But if you take a bowling, like a mid-level bowling ball from every single company, this one might have a solid reactive. This one might be a hybrid. This one might be a pearl. There might be an asymmetrical core. There might be a symmetrical core.
Can you?
And that's just all mid-level stuff, let alone high-end stuff. So there are different bowling balls for different lane types, different amounts of oil, that's et cetera.
Can you walk up to like a lane and just kind of go and call the manager over to be like, hey, yo, this shit is trash, what are you doing?
No, but you can definitely tell if the lane has not been oiled anytime soon when you throw the ball to the right, and then 2 feet later it's in the left gutter.
Okay.
I have had that happen. I'm like, okay, this lane has not seen oil in a long time.
Okay. I promise you I will have more bowling questions later. Like, this is super interesting.
By all means.
All right. Hey, yo, Gary, what's good?
Hello. I'm over here thinking about like bowling ball and shit, dude. I'm like, is there a tier list of like between the weighted balls? Like, oh man, I'll have some questions later too. But,
who's the Ari of bowling balls?
Ari of bowling balls, most of the Ari of bowlers, more so than bowling balls.
Right. The guy who says
a lot of people have their preference on which company bowling balls they prefer.
The guy who says, "Who do you think you are?" I am. I'm gonna assume.
I quote that.
Fucking go to. Yeah.
So he used to store bowling balls. That was from the 2014 U.S. Open. I didn't get a chance to watch that in person. But I did in person though, and the video is still on YouTube. You can watch that same person glare at me on TV.
Wow.
Oh, really?
That was when I was 16 years old at the time.
Yo, Diaphone coming into the chat with the bowling ball tier lists as well. Oh my god.
I'm watching that later.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, and the dude on the thumbnail is like clasping his hands together, like getting ready to
Well, this has
rank.
40,000 views. There's 40,000 people that are looking which bowling balls to get.
Holy
That's amazing.
shit. Damn. Okay.
That's awesome.
Everyone loves tier lists. It doesn't matter if you're a gamer or if you're a bowler. I'm sure somewhere someone's got, oh yeah, these are the best basketballs you can buy. I'm sure,
For sure.
Everyone loves tier lists no matter what. That's just how
If
it
the
is.
tier list internet had existed 30 years ago, I would have seen my dad deep diving for weeks and weeks about what fucking driver to get that would help his golf game.
Probably.
And it's like, your dad, you're not a good golfer. The driver's not going to help you. But no, Pat, look, I got the really big driver with the big head. I'm gonna get like 300 yards. Yeah, okay.
See, but now just based on that thumbnail, I want to make like a kite tier list with me just like this ranking kites and telling everybody about the different kinds and when.
Okay, but Woolie, how would you rank a kite? Is whimsy the most important part of the kite?
Whimsy is the most important part.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
How good is it at frolicking? Can you
Frolicking.
do you feel a joy in your heart when it soars? That's S tier. All right, we'll get to the technicals later.